So, ladies and gentlemen, chosen ones and empaths, this is going to be a very powerful video. But before I start this video, I'll first of all show you a clip that I've seen this morning online about this guy who went through an awakening and he still didn't know what to do about his job. So let us have a look at this clip, and I'm going to let you guys know what exactly is going on here and what it is that you need to do.
One thing I hear some people say about a spiritual awakening is that you can't continue to do a normal job once you've been through a spiritual awakening. But some of us don't have a choice. What are you going to do? You're just going to go and suddenly become like a yogi who teaches people yoga or teaches people massage. What if you ain't got any of those skills? What if you was just completely normal? I'd say normal. What if you was just completely in the normal world, the normal construct of society, just playing a part like everybody else is? How do you go from that? All of a sudden you've had a spiritual awakening. Now you're supposed to all of a sudden know what to do, and it's okay not to, because I'm still doing a normal job now, as you can see. Before I went through my spiritual awakening, I was in the RAF, I was in the military. I've left that job and now I do one that's slightly different. And I'm building things. I'm trying to build a few things on the outside.
So if you have watched this video, definitely you understand that this man went through an awakening and he didn't know what to do with himself. Of course, you've seen a lot of these videos online. People are saying, oh, chosen ones, quit your job. The job is not for you, this and this. Everything is okay. And, they're right. But I think if you do that in an instant, it is going to shock the whole system. It is going to shock your finances and it's going to shock you mentally, because you haven't yet figured out your purpose or your path or which direction you want to take. You haven't even sometimes figured out your gifts. You haven't even done any healing work on yourself. So you are starting from scratch, okay? Back in the days when I went through an awakening, I was working as a welder. So there was a factory that I used to work back in the time. In a couple of months, I would now start to recognize that this job was no longer serving me. It wasn't doing it for me. I was feeling very, very seriously uncomfortable. I started recognizing that there was a lot of narcissistic people who was actually working in that job. So I started to become very uneasy, to feel very uneasy to work in that area. But fortunately, in that time, we went through a lockdown, okay? When this lockdown happened, that's when I started to think about other options, because I was like, okay, I can actually go into video creation, start to make videos. By that time, there wasn't any YouTube, and there was YouTube, but I wasn't active on YouTube. But I had a Facebook page, so I started going into doing these videos on Facebook here and there. I had some people used to watch me back in the days, so I started creating videos on Facebook. It wasn't really booming. It wasn't nothing really was happening, but I started doing videos. So which means that when we went into the lockdown, yes, I still had my job officially. Even if we were not officially working, everybody was, sent home, and the companies were shut down and things like that. So I still had that job. Apparently, I still had that job, even if it was not physically working because the country was shut down. But also I put a foot outside into creation, and I started creating videos back at the time. So in this time, it may not be the case for you, because now, of course, there's no lockdowns and everybody is out there working and stuff like that. So you may be a chosen one there who is really struggling, and you don't know what are you really going to do. You're tired of this work, you're tired of the people, you're tired of the environment, the supervisors, the managers, and the job is really suffocating you. So me, what I would advise you to do is to keep your job, okay? Because this is the job that is buying your food, okay, paying your rent, and taking care of a couple of bills here and there. So don't put yourself in a scenario whereby you're listening to people and they're telling you to run out of your job immediately because you can't work a 9 to 5 or stuff like that. If you have a job that you're doing, keep it, okay? I don't really encourage people just to get out of your job because you've started seeing this job for what it is and people for who they are, and you're starting to become very uncomfortable. Put one foot outside into creation and try to develop something else outside of the jobs, okay? In the case where I was working back in the days, so what I did, I tried first of all to venture into something else because I was not really sure that these videos will work. So I ventured into a different kind of job. And after the lockdown, so I stepped into that department as well, and I worked a different kind of job. It had a little bit of more freedom, maybe a little bit more money, more space, and so. And I thought that okay, that was also going to work. That's what I thought that it would work. It would work, but I would still later on find out that actually even that one wasn't really working for me. As much as it was better than the other one, I was getting a little bit of more money. There was more freedom, a little bit, So I was a little bit more happy in that one. But still, it was a job, and still, it wasn't doing it for me. So me, what I used to do when I used to work in the 9 to 5s, I always used to go to work. Okay, I had the time where I used to go to work and devote my time working in those companies. But on the other side, I had one foot outside of the job. Okay, so there was always something whenever I was back home by myself doing my own thing. I would always have the foot into video creation because that is something that I had discovered, that I decided to share with the people around the world about my journey and everything, spiritual awakening and narcissism and everything. So really, it's not like I all of a sudden closed the doors and walked out of the jobs and went away and completely went into video creation, because this thing has taken a lot of time until I've been able to completely break out of the matrix. I've spent a couple of years working on these videos and putting a lot of energy into effort and energy into these videos. So you cannot expect whatever craft yours may be different. You might want to venture into your skills. Maybe you have got some skills. You're good at basketball, or you like writing, or you like journaling, or you like whatever it is. Different types of skills that you might have. It's not going to take off overnight. So this is something that you're going to step into and start working on day by day, putting the effort and putting the work, and eventually let it grow naturally and organically. You may be lucky; it may take off overnight, but like I've said, a lot of these things, especially when it comes to spiritual journey, these things take a lot of time and they need a lot of work and effort to put in. Okay, so if you're chosen one out there, what I'm saying in this video, like you've seen that guy, don't shock yourself whereby you're going to run into debt. You cannot pay your rent, you cannot feed yourself. Sometimes you may even lose your homes, and you might have to go to the streets because you cannot take care of yourself. So don't put yourself into shock whereby you don't have any means to support yourself. It is until you have established something on the side. So it's what I've been saying this guy all these last couple of years, that this kind of spiritual journey starts bit by bit. Okay, it doesn't like open up all of a sudden and everything is so clear to you and you know what you want to do. Take one step at a time. Okay, but whatever it is you're doing, even if you're still doing that 9 to 5 job, always remember to put this other foot outside into your own, venture into something different. But it has got to be creation, because I can promise you, it does not matter what kind of job you do, you will never be happy, you will never be satisfied, you will never be contented, because you always feel like you're selling your time for money, and sometimes even the money that you're earning is not enough even to take care of yourself. So when you have actually uncovered all these things about awakenings and what has been really going on in your life and things like that, and you have gone through a very massive awakening, put a foot outwards into something new and venture into something else. Use your creations, use your talents, use your skills. You may be sometimes a person who is very good at gardening, and you may sometimes have to or maybe probably think about opening your own company whereby you're going to be able to work for yourself, and you can actually make your own rules and you can count your own money, not somebody else. Because you see, the thing is, when it comes to happiness, especially when it comes to money and wealth, you shouldn't be a person that somebody has to count money for you. You should be able to actually count the money for yourself. You're going to feel contented because you wake up every morning and you can actually make your own decisions. Nobody's going to make the decisions for you. You know what you need to do with your company, with your craft, with your skill, with your talent, whatever it is you're venturing into, you have got the real art for it. So it takes a little bit of while, okay? There are so many people that are waking up. Almost the entire population is waking up. Millions of people are waking up. And the very first thing all people realize is that they cannot handle their jobs. They are sucking at their jobs. They can really feel that these jobs are taking a lot of their energy. And this is actually something that has been happening over time, for a very long period of time. But this awakening makes you realize actually that you've been giving away your time for money that is not even actually enough even to take care of yourself. So you've been in some kind of a cycle, which cycle actually doesn't seem to stop. So for the most of you guys who are into this awakening, you've just awakened and the things like that. First of all, work on yourself and do some healing work on yourself, because there is going to be a lot of things that you need to uncover about yourself. The things that you've always been dealing with and the things that really need to heal, and let your own unique path open up for you gradually and eventually. It may not happen overnight, like I've said, but with time, as you keep on doing this healing work, you're going to realize that there's another path that is starting to open up for you. Even if I've said, like in the beginning, it is not going to really make a lot of sense. You may not really feel that you're going anywhere. You may not really feel like you're doing anything. You may even sometimes doubt yourself. But these things take time. As long as that thought is in there, you're devoting your time at least every week. You have like 2 or 3 days whereby you're putting some energy into your craft. I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, everything that you do with your hands, it is going to be blessed. This one I can promise you because I've been on this journey for a while. Everything you put your energy and you put your time and you can actually put all your attention, I can promise you one day it's going to bear for you the fruits and it's going to bear for you the results that you actually need. And then when you feel, for example, that you are starting to see some results, okay, there are some signs you will see that this craft has started taking off. You may be sometimes starting to get a lot of feedback. Maybe sometimes people are starting to come in to support you. Maybe you opened up your own barber shop or you opened up your own designer clothes store or things like that. You're starting to see people are coming in to support what it is you're doing. That's when you know that you're actually on the right track, okay? So it is just a matter of time before that thing is going to blow up and it's going to make you actually fully independent. But whatever it is that you're doing, do not ladies and gentlemen, chosen ones, empaths, do not wake up one morning because you're going through an awakening and walk out of your job. You're going to go into shock, okay? You may actually not be able to feed yourself. You may end up homeless because you cannot pay your rent. You cannot even buy clothes for yourself. You cannot take care of your children. Keep your job, but build something on the side. But whatever it is you've decided to create and build, work on it consistently. In a couple of years, you are going to start seeing results in that craft or whatever it is and that journey that you will usually decide to take. And that is how to go about this journey of spiritual awakening. Okay, chosen ones, the 9 to 5, we've been talking about it. Pay very close attention. Don't put yourself in trouble. Okay, take one step at a time, do the healing work, and create something else on the side. Let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can always book a session. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. All the things you need, the links you need, you will find them in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.